All right. Okay. Okay, guys. Seems like we're live. Seems like we are all good. Just checking out. Double checking. Yep. And we are good. All right, folks. So, welcome. This is a series of videos where we are building the Notes app, specifically crafted for Android. And this is how it looks right now. Just a simple Notes app, nothing more than that. Seems like, right? But we already have basically added quite interesting functionality here. Yeah, this is simple. We just add a few nodes there. But we already have the share functionality where you can share, for example, as a PDF, which is quite good. Don't mind the emulator, it's a bit slow. Never mind that. And we have other things here. For example, we can save here, and we also have a trash bin, which is kind of cool. And also we have an ability to export as JSON, import JSON, move to trash bin, which is what we can do like this. And now it's in trash bin. So it's like this, which is kind of fun. No, it's not gonna be in Russian, it's gonna be in English. Sorry, folks. So it's gonna be in English. This basically transforming my stream to English audience. Okay, basically, we have an ability to go to trash bin. We can empty the trash, and we can restore items from here. We're gonna empty this one, and this is how it works right now. But I've been implementing a few things there and there. And for example, this is the repository where you can basically clone this whole project and do as you wish. Up to you, because I really recommend to do that and just change it to the way you want. So we have those issues outlined here, which we need to resolve. And by the way, those are the closed issues. This is all resolved. And those something that we need to implement. And we are right now working on this ticket number 7 at ping functionality. During the previous stream, I've run into issue. Basically, I've run out of credits in Antigravity here right now. So yeah, basically now you can tell him to finish the project, because right now I believe it should be all good. At least I don't see any warning icons here. So I would say finish the project, finish the implementation. And let's just press the button like this. So, okay. Guys, if you're watching right now, please let me know. Any suggestions, any ideas? I would love to hear that. So, okay. Investigating build failure, accept. So let's see what it says. I've also, by the way, it's not a great idea to just have a single AI tool that you are using, because in this case, if it runs out of credits or just gets into weird state, you need to basically get stuck or debug by yourself. And sometimes when the code is written by AI, it's kind of hard. Okay, gradual assemble debug. Yeah, accept. Let's try to see. So what I did in this case, I have Codex right there, and it's pointed to the same repository, and I can ask to plan, for example, something, for example, plan some kind of changes, but it only works in this case in the sense of debugging it through repository, not locally. And for debugging locally, I have Antigravity. And by the way, guys, today I heard that anti-gravity sometimes is not the greatest idea, in a sense that it might whack your machine in some cases, because some people, they set the settings like execution model here to be basically execute everything without even asking the user. And in this case, it's basically gonna execute all the terminal commands like this, which is not great. it should always ask for confirmations. Otherwise, it's just gonna mess up your PC. And in that case, there's a post on Reddit. Basically, it completely removed all the content of the hard drive. So be really, really considerable what's going on here. So okay, waiting for terminal completion, and let's see. Build failed, build failed, build failed. Um, Sometimes it feels like debugging it by yourself would be easier, but when you develop something by like executing 10 prompts, at some point you want to keep using the AI to understand the whole code that it has written. That's why it's just quite confusing. So yeah, I believe in the future it will be like machines will be implementing so much stuff for us that we will not be able to run it all and debug by ourselves, which is kind of sad. Okay, adding materials like extend dependency. Basically, there's some dependency that it forgot. Maybe that's the reason why it was failing. If we go back to Android Studio, yeah, let's sync, Gradle sync. But I believe there is more. There's more. Uh, yeah. Okie dokie. Friends, let's communicate. If you are watching, let me know. I would love to hear any feedback that you have. Okay. All right. Mhm. Check the command status. Well. Okay. Such a interesting. Well, it gets a bit slow because it keeps debugging. Uh, okay, what exactly the thoughts? Accessing current state. Let's see background constructs. Data indexes. Okay. And to be honest, uh, it should actually possible to try to run it. So it's probably gonna debug once again, but we can actually try to execute it already because it seems to be that it should be possible to compile. Let's just run it like this. And you see, sometimes if you do it like debug it manually, plus you debug it using the antigravity, sometimes those Gradle commands just got confused. I can see in that sense. So the problem was those material icons were not imported, and that's why it was not working. So now I believe it's actually going through. So let's see. Okay. So guys, we are implementing the ping functionality for the app, basically. And that's what should happen. Generating. So let's see. Yeah, it's a bit slow. My machine is fast and it's still slow. As you can see, we have lots of functions here on toggle pin, show delete, on save, and all that. So it's good. It's quite ready. Almost. It has content description here, test tag, because test tag we need to have it for running tests, which is kind of nice. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what it says when it finishes compiling this. I believe it just stuck. Command completion. Most likely just waiting for this. My gosh. Gradle build running. Um, it's so much faster to do all those web stuff compared to Android, iOS, where actually build the native apps launching the device. Okay, nice. Let's see. Okay, have a pin code set here. Let's see. Pinned nodes, nice. So already have it here. No pinned nodes. Good. So if I create some node, like here, let's say testing. And I open it here. So the pin button only appears when you have a node already. So you cannot just pin right during the creation, which is incorrect. But I believe it's okay for the moment. Okay, let's just have it here. And let's, for example, go to pin nodes view. Nice. And I can, it's interesting. So, and I have this yellow, if I swipe right to left, I have this yellow, what exactly does it do? So, huh, let's think about this. So basically we already have the bugs that we need to fix. Um, interesting. So if I do it like this, no pinned nodes. Okay. Uh-huh. Cool. It's actually cool. I love it. And I can just move it to trash. So guys, it's nice. Git status. I realized why it was slow, because I need to plug my laptop to charger. That's the reason why. Oh, those Windows laptops. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, let's push all that stuff to GitHub. Git add. Git add git commit m, and will be adding the ping functionality. Okay. Git push origin main. Okay, nice. So if we navigate to Notes app here, we already have everything up to date. Build pinned main. I mean, I added a txt file to git ignore. What? It removed that? For some reason, it just removed that. Gosh. Let's just edit. No, let's just edit through the UI, through the Android Studio, through Git. Anyway, so if we go to Notes app, now we have everything. We just need to clean up all this mess. TXT files should never be here. And guys, so basically we implemented the pin functionality. 1 second, I need to do something and we'll continue. Okie dokie, let's continue. So we have issues with ping functionality. We need to fix some stuff there and there. And we can use Codex as well to fix that kind of stuff. And I can show you what actually happens when you do stuff through Codex. For example, let's do it this way. If I say plan, notes app, and I'm pointing this to that. Let's say currently, so plan basically allows you to do something without changing. You can tell it to plan some changes, for example, without even applying those, without creating the PR, just plan something. So it provides you some kind of options that you can use. So currently the ping functionality appears only when the node is already created. Change that so change that so it appears during the node creation as well, right during, because Codex basically has lots of credits included, I guess, with the plus plan which I have. So I hope that it's gonna be faster. Guys, welcome everyone who's connected now. And yeah, hi Kraman. So basically we keep modifying the app, and right now we have the ping functionality, which is right there. So basically we have an ability to pin nodes, we have a trash bin, we have a bunch of stuff. So, and currently it's the bug there is that when you press the plus button, you don't have ping functionality here. Like you cannot do that during the node creation. You only need to have like go to the node afterwards. So we're gonna fix that, and we're just gonna ask Codex, which is another tool by OpenAI ChatGPT that allows you just to go through the repository itself. Okay, so let's see what it says. It might take some time. We might do some other stuff. It's not conflicting. So basically, let's see what else we have on our plan for today. So plan for today is just to so ping functionality is almost done. I was also thinking about implementing the grid list view. So maybe we can apply some ability to have grid nodes. Let's just see. Uh, so basically, we have a node here. Let's basically the question is that should we have this kind of grid view for everything, for trash activity, for pin activity, and for everything in between, or not. So let's just I think that we should have it. We should probably have a um, top button here saying well, probably something here, some icon here like list view, and grid view. So currently it's a list view. We should have a grid view as well. So yeah, it's like that. And also, of course, I was thinking about um, implementing URL kind of uh, URLs, not search functionality for URLs, but kind of in an ability to press the single button, which will only highlight nodes that have URL. For example, because I typically like to add nodes with just simple URL, just basically pasted URL bunch of cases, and I just want an ability to press the button show me URL nodes only, and then it's gonna just it's actually a great idea. Yeah, probably I'm gonna implement it this way. So guys, never mind. I'm just basically trying to see multiple cases in my head before I implement it. So yeah, shopping from yeah, basically here. Uh, So this is what Codex suggests. The ping button is only shown when show delete is true. So it disappears while creating a new node. Toggling pin state before saving is impossible because presenter only handle case. Allow pinning during the node creation. Um, so basically, current logic disallows to do that, right? So let's see what kind of changes it proposes. Let's just start as update no details due to display the pin regardless of show delete. I see. So basically, when we're creating the new node, uh, so it relies on delete button. Interesting. So if there is no delete button, it doesn't show pin button as well, which kind of make, hey, why back button is not working? That's not good. It should not stuck like this. Okay, so what's happening here? Logcat. Let's see. So when we have this open and we press the button, no details, save note, title is blank, aborting. Okay, so basically this is the bug. This is the bug right there. Uh, so if there's a, yeah, we need to fix this. Let's add this one. Fix. We need to fix this one. But for now, let's keep going on. Uh, Start task. Let's see what it performs. Shopping functionality. I pressed the button already, no? Yeah, I need to press it. Pardon me. I should have pressed it already. View task. Anyway, let's just wait until it finishes. And interesting. So yeah, basically it breaks existing functionality. It disallows you saving if you have a empty node, which is incorrect. This is not how it should be. It should just ignore. Yeah, fun stuff, fun stuff. So we fix some stuff and then break the other stuff. But so far so good. And as you can see, we have interesting detection here, which we implemented during the previous stream. We implemented this debug kind of section, which understands if the device is rooted, has emulator, and has Magisk installed. So Magisk in this case is not installed. Yes, lovely. And as you can see, you can swipe only in one direction as of now. We can probably, so right now the deletion is this way. Maybe pinning should be swiping left to right, should be pinning in the node list view. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. So as you can see, this is a simple notes app, and even still you are running into some kind of issues there and there, because it's not only about just blindly applying some changes. It's all about getting not enough credits. It's about breaking some stuff. It's about, well, there are lots of things that can go wrong here, and which is what happened. Okay, update ping functionality, no details. So this is what we have. Always show the pin action no details toolbar independent of the delete visibility. So this is what Codex suggests. Basically, we have those files changed. So first of all, is pin state valid node is pinned. Show node. Okay, so this is something that we no detail. So basically, this is what's added in detail activity. Have now the variable which is pin state boolean false. It's probably the one by default. Yeah, basically when we start it, just it appears as false by default. And then node is pin state. So basically, state handling is added there. Node copying. Okay. Save node, updating existing node. So delete node, no current node. Okay, nice. I like how the logger, by the way, is done there, because we changed it in the previous stream. We made it, the logger is basically now in a separate utils folder. Basically, there's a separate logic for logger now. Okay, so I'm gonna, and it deleted some of the logic. Pin button, only if node exists. Yeah. Pin button, only if node exists. This is not correct. We only should have it in any case. Okay, so let's create a PR and see how it works. Basically, create a PR. And We should have it right here. Also, we're gonna add some kind of actions as well. We should have some CI build as well. Update nodes, VPR. Okay, let's just update it. Okay, it's there. So let's open this PR. And yeah, Codex was not run because it cannot run from there. It needs to have specific tools installed. So maybe it actually could run. I just need to properly set up the environment on Codex, but I don't want. I want to run it locally and see for myself. So let's merge pull request to main. And if something is not right, we can always roll back and see. So let's just okay. Let's just pull this git pull origin main. Okay, okie dokie. Okay, let's stop the app and let's run it again. Let's see if it works now. Because, guys, as you can see, implementing a bunch of stuff is problematic because you break some existing tools, existing functionality, which is kind of what we call regression in software engineering world. Okay. Okay. So now when you press the button, it has the ping functionality like this. And testing, test. So now when you navigate to pinned nodes, it has it here. And when you just swipe it like this, it just removes it from pinned, which is exactly what I want. So basically pinned nodes, those are the nodes that we have. By the way, guys, if you like the video, press please the like button, subscribe. There will be more videos like that. Nodes app is not the last app we are building. We're going to build some more interesting stuff. And the main point was just basically trying out Antigravity, which is a hot new tool we have right now. And yeah, it's not ideal. I already can see some things, some areas where it's not enough. But for example, the ability to have some kind of implementation plan like that is something that I especially particularly like about this. But Codex also has its own value, so we'll see. So next thing, let's just go back to our Codex. And actually like the way that it provides me an ability to see the changes, like in create a PR before applying the solve, because in many cases it's just less destructive. Um, so okay, so we want to fix one of the bugs. Fix the bug where. So basically, we have the bug right there when you open the new node and you press the back button. As you can see, it just does nothing. And as I showed you previously, basically what happens is that if we see the in logcat, we can see that it shows a title is blank aborting. It should not block an ability to just discard the node. And you press this like this way, it's the same. Basically, you're gonna press multiple times, it's gonna be all the same thing, which is not right. So let's just say fix the bug where if the node has no title or end and body text, and user presses the done or back buttons, it says save in logs. It should actually just discard the text and go back to list view, nodes list view. So this is how it should behave. Okay, let's see. Okay, guys, I know the streams like that might be confusing, or it might feel kind of chaotic. But at the same time, I believe this is what everybody should try and see for themselves. Everybody should just try building new stuff. And what I see right now is that so many people are saying that competition is really strong for new tools. But at the same time, if we're talking about the dev tools or something specifically done for test engineers, for example, there's not that much stuff actually. So many tools are not there yet. So yeah, I suggest everyone to actually try build stuff for themselves. Because this is really fun, like building stuff, debugging it like this. I don't know, applying new UX changes, understanding all the flows, even even basically compiling issues like this in this matter. It's also fun. It's just something that you should definitely try, and I totally recommend you. You can start with my app, for example. I don't say that you should just commit here, add some stuff, then it's up to you. You should just use this as a template, for example, to modify and build something bigger, something better, for example, or something for your cases. So never mind the talk. Basically, so fix empty node. So yeah, in node details presenter, it's actually quite an easy fix here. If title is blank and content is blank, logger d, save node not content provided, close. It's basically quite easy. Yeah, the only thing is when we talk about Kotlin, I sometimes get tricked by all those specific nodes like question mark and everything. Just yeah, but of course there is nothing quite complex here. And overall, it feels, I would say, of course, it's much easier than Java, working with Java, let's say, but I have Java experience. So for me, it's quite an interesting flow. So basically, this is how it's going to be fixed. We're using Codex to fix all that stuff. We are going to create a PR to fix this issue and basically mm, make user able to return back if there is no text available. So this is exactly the fix. So let's apply this. Let's create a PR, and we're gonna merge it and then basically pull back. Let's see. View PR, and we're gonna merge it. Yeah, so no conflicts. Basically, we are merging these two main from Codex, and let's press the button, confirm merge. Lovely. Let's go back to terminal. Let's do git pull. Uh, uh, yeah, git pull origin main. Boom, done. Let's stop it and let's restart it. So now when we actually run it, you should be able to discard the nodes if there is no text available. So this bug should be now fixed, as you can see. Okay, so just one file changed and it should actually fix the whole issue here. All right. Okay, let's just input our passcode we have right here. And let's try to create the node. So now the bug was that if you try to press the back button, it was not possible. Now let's check the logs. Let's go to logcat. So it should say no content found, returning back. So press the button. Yes, and now it says, yeah, basically it just, yeah, no title content. Yeah, basically no content provided, closing without saving, which is exactly what we want. So now it all works. You know, guys, sometimes I actually like the logic from Codex because Codex fixes it's just like I don't know, it's fixes everything just much more precisely. Comparing to, let's say, what Antigravity does is just like goes through the whole file, just creates an implementation plan. Sometimes I don't need any implementation plan. I just need specific pinpointed fixes. So what else I wanted to say? I want to implement. So Of course, I wanted to implement grid view here, but it's going to take some time. So before implementing the grid view, let's implement the swiping left, so swiping right deletes nodes, basically moves those to trash bin, and swiping left to right should pin the nodes. So let's do that. Basically, it should be in node. Um, Basically, guys, feel free to navigate and see for yourself things that you want to modify. Yeah, the idea stuff. I need to delete some stuff from here as well. It should not handle all the idea folder. Either way. So, bunch of git ignores, which does not ignore. Anyway, okay, so in main, Java nodes app UI, we have an, let's say, list, nodes activity, nodes list screen, and swipe. I forgot where's the swipe functionality. Swipe to dismiss. So this is nodes list screen. Swipe into dismiss. On delete node, true. Yeah, basically this is where it actually deletes the nodes. I don't like the way it's organized. Some deletion stuff should be moved. Deletion logic and pinning logic should be moved to a separate class. This is not exactly how I want to do that right now. So first, let's just refactor stuff here. I don't like how it does it, everything. Because bunch of stuff I need to do myself. But first, let's do that. Swiping left to right should swiping left to right. Basically, when we do the swipe left to right, it should pin the node. So swiping right to left deletes the node. Should pin the node in a node list screen. So guys, we're using OpenAI Codex here, but the same thing you can do with Antigravity. I'm just not doing it here because every time I do something here, it typically runs out of credits. It performs too much actions. I prefer that. So Codex you use, for example, for implementing some cherry picking stuff, for cherry picking changes, while anti-gravity you should use for implementing the big features. So something like really, really big, some interesting functionality, let's say, new functionality, basically. So that's my point of view. You can always have your own opinion on that, and feel free to comment it. And by the way, please press the like button, guys, if you enjoyed the video, because this is what I really need to basically. Otherwise, I will feel like, okay, this is not exactly the content. You need some kind of other content. And we also plan to have for example, implementing testing frameworks from scratch. For example, testing the UI, basically writing the tests from scratch, because this is what I was working on for the past like 10 plus years. I was a QA engineer in the automation field. That's why coding automation test was my main goal. Okay. All right, guys. So it should finish it in a couple of seconds. And we can go back to drawing board and see. I can close this, by the way, I can close this ping functionality because this is basically implemented. We've done here. Okay, dokie. Grid list view switch is gonna be a big change. It's gonna be a big one. Maybe I should proceed with detecting URLs and nodes first. And by the way, and most of the time, as you can see, you do something and then you realize this is not right. This is not the best solutions out there. You need to refactor everything. Just because. Okay. Let's go back to Codex. Okay, 47 editions. So what we have right now is the PR that's proposing edit start to and swipe gesture on the list items to pin nodes with the pin indicator while retaining the delete swipe behavior or new pin action. Okay, so let's see. Nodes activity. On pin node, no presenter. Mhm. One more state here. Okay, nodes contract on pin node. And then we have some imports for icons. We have on basically adding the options here, additional states for pinning. Yeah, and now here's the logic. Gosh, this is not how it should be. When a swipe is missed and to start on delete node true, as well start to end. On pin node, on delete node. This is just basically. And this is coloring. Color red. And so yeah, we need to figure out what kind of colors we need to set. So basically when deleting it should be, let's say, red. In another case, it should be, let's say, yellow, right? Yeah, let's think about this more. Let's just debug it and see. Alignment, content alignment, icons, in this state, yes. So much logic here. On pin node, okay. And it also added a new string here. So basically, I have it right there. Interesting. Okay, let's just create a PR and let's view it and let's see what we can change. Let's just run it first and then see. Okay. Let's go back. Git pull, origin main, or I can just make an upper arrow. Okay. Let's relaunch it. It should launch a new version. Okay. Nice. It basically compiled. Let's hope it works. So there it is. Okay, we just enter our pin code. Yeah, guys, so if you're watching video right now, please press the like button if you enjoy it, because this is what we need for algorithms, so it pushes more content like this. Glad to see you. Please comment. Especially interested if you're thinking about building something for yourself, some kind of pet project. Let me know. Maybe it's something interesting. Maybe you should be involved in my project. Let's just say you can clone the Notes app and see for yourself. But this is basically, yeah, you can clone from this URL right there and try for yourself. And okay, so basically we have the functionality right there. If I swipe right to left, it shows the trash button. And in this case, okay, nice. This is actually the color I like. So we can either pin or trash those items. Let's try it out. So basically in pin items, pin nodes, we just have right now testing. This is the timestamp, by the way. Let's see, let's move this one, for example. Let's pin it. Ha! It pin nodes. Yeah, it's actually pinned. But the question is that should we remove it from list view here or not? Because probably we should have a pin item right there. So it's not only about just pinning. Wow, so much edge cases here to think through. Yeah, I actually like it. So pin, so and trash should perform Fine. Still, yeah. Basically, it works now. Okay. Yeah, more things to improve here. And probably um, for pin items, we should have the pin icon right there on the right side of the card. So yeah, that's what we should implement. So if you swipe like this, it should just display the pin icon here and maybe show the toast message as well. Yeah, so let's do that. In Codex, let's just say at the when user pins an item, modify the logic so that it displays the pin icon on the right side of the node card in list view. And actually, if we open the task right there, you can see the pinned icon there, and you can, like, for example, unpin it and pin it, but we have nothing in the list view yet. So let's fix this in list view, in nodes list view. So let's do that in the C. So basically, this is the proposed change. Interesting. Okay, guys, I'm glad that you are watching. Hey everyone. So this is what we are trying to essentially implement there. Not everything gonna implement it today because I see quite a few challenges there and there, but we're just going through and implementing what we can today. And next day, we'll, like probably tomorrow or the day after, we're going to implement the rest. The idea is just making the kind of cool notes application that you're gonna use by yourself. Maybe pull to refresh and other stuff. Of course, changing and modifying the icon, searching nodes like this. We should all, yeah, think about multiple cases here. By the way, does it all work if we're doing this all in search? Yeah, so in search, it also works. But let's say if I remove it like this, yeah, it all works perfectly well. I like it. Of course, there should be a collapsing keyboard when when I return back. But still, the fact that everything works kind of good, even even when I code by prompts only, it's nice. The code becomes a bit spaghetti-like because, as you can see, guys, if we look at the code, um, if we look at the code here, basically, let's say we have the utils. It has a bunch of utils here, but for example, swipe utils should be separate logic. Everything for swipes should be here in utils. Everything for pin should be. This is kind of approach I have, but at the same time, if we do it too much like this, if we do too much actions like this, the code will be also unmaintainable because everything is going to be moved to utils. And this is what I feel like. For example, yeah, again, if we think about nodes activity is kind of okay. It's not that bad. But when we talk about nodes list screen, right? This is what I called like swipe stuff here, right? Swipe. Yeah. Swipe. It should not be this way. It should be all saying swipe, perform delete or perform pin. It should be just reference here, and everything else should be realized, I mean implemented in utils class. So this is what we gonna do next. And all those background fill max size, it's okay to do some of the stuff here, but I still prefer that we have most of the stuff implemented in the utils class. So this is, yeah, this is what we're going to change in the next videos, next streams. Guys, please press the like button if you like the content. 7 people are watching, which is good. I hope more gonna connect. So let's see. And let's see if Codex have implemented all those changes and see, yeah, modify pin position. So this is the changes that's proposed. Update node list items to place pin status indicator right on the title, showing push pin icon for pinned nodes while preserving existing styling. Nice. So it's added this compose potential layout row, some layout modifications, and then nodes list screen. Okay, nodes list screen. Yeah, this is exactly what we want. So before it was that, now it's gonna be like this. And again, this is not ideal. Some of the stuff should be moved to other classes because we have the power of OP. Icon is pinned. If node is pinned, icons field push pin. Yeah, probably it's gonna use this content description. It's nice. It has content description, which basically means we can use it really well for automation testing. And let's see. Let's do it. So basically, let's view the PR. Let's merge it, and then let's see how it works. So the idea here is that pinned nodes should have the pin. Let's just pin. Is this one pinned? This is pinned. So basically now, after we apply this change, you should have this also in the list view. Merge pull request. Merge. Great. So we have it merged. Now let's go back here. Let's basically just git push pull origin main. Good. So let's relaunch the activity and see how it performs. That's quite interesting what happens here. So launching a device. Install successful. The icon we need to change, of course. Something we need to update. Cool. As you can see, guys, now it's all good. Now we have the pin icon right there. So if we do it like this, yeah, it should be also, when you do it second time, maybe it should unpin it. But we have, by the way, what happens if we, let's say, want to remove it? So if we go to the trash bin, so it's going to be pinned in trash bin, which is kind of odd. Shall we display items? So if I go to pinned nodes, it's going to display that's messy. In pinned nodes, we need to fix stuff here. We need to modify some logic, and I need to think through about this. Yeah, basically it's like that. But so far so good. It's not that bad actually. So we have this logic right there, and if let's say we remove the pin from there, and then we save it. By the way, there's also a question if I should have this done button there, because back button for the most part it just performs the same thing. So maybe we should just remove that done button since we have the back button there. But it's all about UX. I'm not a UX designer myself, but as you can see right now, what we see is that developers and testers, DevOps, they are building apps, they are testing apps, they are pushing the apps to the store. So right now, all the roles have shifted. So you're doing so much stuff all together, and this is what I suggest you to do basically. Do not think that you're not capable of something. Just try it out. As you can see, I've built the Notes app with just a few prompts, and it's not ideal, but as you can see, I realized I should use the MVP structure. I should modify it the way I want. I should have utils and everything. So there are multiple cases you can think through. So yeah, right now we have those export functionalities well working. So it's not that simple as it used to be. So the Notes app becomes more and more interesting. But as you can see, there are edge cases. So this is what exactly I had when I was I was testing the apps in Google. So I was a QA engineer in Google, and this is exactly what kind of tasks I've run into, especially when, for example, working on Inbox, right? Inbox app. It used to be a similar application to Gmail. So uh, what I tested basically is that so many edge cases there and there. So you need to think about all those scenarios, and then you create spreadsheets. You actually write all those down. So ideally, I should have created the spreadsheet saying, okay, in this case, it should do that. In this case, it should do this. So multiple cases that I need to think through. Okay, guys. So please be active in the chat. So you can always just press the like button. If you like the content, I really appreciate that. This is just the best kind of the best idea to do. Press the like button and subscribe. I'll be super glad if you do that, especially if you like the content. Because if you don't like the content, sorry guys, and yeah, I'm trying my best, but yeah. So let's keep going. Next thing we need to implement is this. We need to implement the links. Links. One moment. This is what I want to implement here. Direct detect URLs in nodes. Yes. So this is what we're going to implement. Basically, enhancement detect URL in nodes. Let's just first plan it. Plan, because it's always a good idea before applying the changes. Just first plan those like this. So detect URLs in the nodes. And what we're gonna do? Detects URL in nodes, and then so let's just describe it. Let's think through. So basically, when we have the app running, so let's say if there are URLs, let's say we are displaying like HTTPS, like www, like yarogintech.com, let's say, website, or any other website. So if you save it like this, in all the nodes with URLs, when you press the menu button, you should press this URL option, and it should just provide you the list of those nodes. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, let's do it this way. And let's actually do that in, rather than Codex, let's do that in Antigravity here, because that's what I want to try. So let's think through. Basically, detect URLs in the nodes, add a URL, say URL screen, URL activity, I would guess. URL activity that will have yeah, that will have URL activity that will have a search criteria to show currently available nodes with URLs in there, like HTTPS or HTTP, or yeah, for now let's like that. Search criteria to show currently available nodes with URLs, and it's like yes, and list those nodes in that activity. Essentially, it's a yeah, I think this is because we have multiple implementations here. The first implementation would be creating the screen like this to provide to search for all the nodes. This is the first way. Second way will be applying a label or like a flag to all the nodes, like if it has HTTPS, basically additional column in database which it just tracks whatever if your node has this kind of stuff. But just imagine tracking all that. For now, just thinking about just showing the search, but also the search. Let's say if there's like hundreds or thousands of nodes, just going through all the nodes, and no, this is just it's gonna be fast. I don't believe it's gonna be. So basically, thinking through multiple cases we can use here. We can either apply the tag to all the nodes to actually realize, to understand if there's a HTTP or HTTPS there, like link, or we should just use the search. For now, I think it's just going to search activity, which is going to be basically quite easier to implement, I believe. Essentially, it's search criteria. Essentially, it's a query that searches for all nodes with URLs and shows those. clicking on the nodes should open the nodes node details screen that node. So this is the enhancement we are proposing. Let's just copy this and provide this to Antigravity. Let's execute this on Gemini 3 Pro model. Yes, so let's do it like this. So it's going to create implementation plan for me, and let's see what it provides. Guys, if you are here watching the stream, please press the like button. I'll be appreciating that, because as you can see, I'm just working a bit blind because I don't see much communication, but I would love some communication from you. It would so lovely. So either just tell me what you're expecting from this stream and what kind of features you would like to have, or just press the like button, comment, and just say whatever you want. So, okay. So once we have made this prompt, this query, it created the URL detection feature implementation plan. Implement feature to detect URLs, URL nodes activity, so database layer, add the query method to get nodes with URL, so basically new query. Lovely. And then nodes repository add get nodes with URLs method, new query. UI layer define view and presenter interfaces for URL node screen. Compose UI to display the list of nodes, reuse node item or similar. URL nodes activity, new activity to perform all that kind of stuff, which is what I expect. And then nodes with URLs handle the new menu actions, add strings, and register this activity in Android manifest. Of course, all the activities should be present in manifest file right there, Android manifest. For now, I think let's just proceed with the plan. Again, guys, you can do this in multiple AI editors. You can do that the same thing in Codex. You can do that in Cursor. In this case, we're using Antigravity because it's really powerful. It's really something that I like, but I don't like the limits. The limits are kind of not that great. So something about the limits is off. Okay, so let's just accept the changes that it provides. We can just review the changes. Yeah, so this is what it is. You don't need to understand all the changes it performs, but of course you need to follow and understand at least some of it, just the main logic when you build an app using your AI, because you don't want to have spaghetti code, complete spaghetti code. Otherwise, it's just going to be so unmaintainable. That's why after implementing a couple of features, go back to drawing board and decide for yourself what makes sense and what doesn't, because there's clearly should be something that doesn't make sense. And you can use also multiple tools. You can develop in, say, Antigravity, and then go back to Codex, and then modify the way you want. Okay, so navigate to your own nodes. Okay, we have a new function here, and let's go. Okay, guys. All right, so the final step is editing the Android manifest. As you can see, it also displays how many tokens were used by that. 300 tokens, almost 200 tokens for here. Whoa, so many tokens for that kind of activities. And sometimes it probably makes more sense to do this kind of stuff in Codex itself, because Codex, it's cheaper. In sense, you just pay, let's say, $20, and it performs all that. But at the same time, Antigravity, as you can see, it just does much stuff for you, because it tries to compile the build, create it, so it performs more actions for you. So, but just combine those tools. Always combine the tools that you have right now, and you have so many power in your hands right now to develop mostly everything that you want. Of course, we're not saying about some systemic stuff, something really hard on an architectural level. We're just mostly saying about those, because what I see, those activity trackers, for example, are typically made by AI now, notes apps, and all those kind of different. Those applications kind of same but different. So we have so much stuff in our hands. Okay, so build failed multiple times. I just told them to try it out, try again, and yeah. Um, so what it tried to do, as you can see, it's trying to sample debug, and it just creates those txt files to debug those issues, and it also keeps forgetting the git ignore because for some reason I had txt files in git ignore, and for some reason it keeps creating those. Either way, I'm going to resolve this after the stream because it should not create so much noise. No, sir. Yeah, basically it just creates, it keeps debugging and seeing what's missing. And also it's quite possible that at some point it's just going to say, I'm run out of the tokens. I cannot do anything. And fun stuff is that I actually recently saw, yeah, I told it early during the stream that somebody is actually relied too much on anti-gravity, and it completely wiped the whole content of the hard drive, which is unimaginable. So do not rely too much. At least take a look at the nodes that it performs. But as you can see, there's nothing uh, really bad happening here. Seems like we have everything in common sense. So yeah. All right, guys. It's also really a pleasure to see you all here watching the stream, because as you can see, we're having fun building new features for our Notes app. Finally shaping it the way we want. And there'll be so many build failures. I don't know why. Uh, it probably just tries different things. A failure occurred executing JetBrains Kotlin. This is insane. So I feel like sometimes it's better to just do some stuff by yourself. But since it's a stream and we are doing this all live, it will take so much time to debug it all by myself, but maybe in next streams. Either way, as you can see, we created a new folder called URL, like URL nodes activities, and have activity, contract, presenter, screen. Sometimes I feel like there's even too much of the stuff that's created, but basically URL nodes screen is just the activity that we have. Requesting nodes activity. It keeps failing, compilation errors. Uh, Fixing syntax error in nodes activity. Sometimes it completely wipes the whole file and just says, "Oh, sorry, I've just mm, broke something," the whole file, and it just reimplements it from scratch. In this case, it's kind of scary because if you do not apply those changes and if you not publish those changes to GitHub, you're gonna see how bad it is. But again, again, let's just keep trying. So nodes activity. So what's actually trying? It's woo. What is it actually doing? So it's packaged there. It's just wait. It's actually okay. Yeah. This is not. This is not correct. What? This is not correct. How could it just show package right in the middle of the file? What? What? Nah. It's never gonna What? What is actually doing? Guys, this is. Mm, and model quota limit exceeded. Lovely. Oh gosh, so it broke the file. Uh, Basically, package stuff should be on top, and it's already there. It should not be mixing. It's never gonna compile. What? Just What is that? Of course it's not gonna of course it's not gonna compile its own. Such a mess. And then it just mm, fix fix the issues in nodes activity. Seems like the file is broken. Make the feature work. Okay. Uh, I need to pick another model because we run out of credits. So to be honest with you, it's quite challenging to use it everything like this because we keep running out of the tokens. It says I'll fix nodes activity, and after like 5 queries, it's gonna run out of that as well. You can see the problem. Files duplicate code starting line, of course. Exactly. This is duplicate. Yes, this is exactly the problem here. And why it broke it in the first place, I don't know. It should never do it like so. This is such a dumb thing, to be honest with you. It should not happen like this. Huh, really? Guys, what do you think about all that? Yeah, and basically decided to build from scratch now. uh, Notes activity. Yeah. So it duplicated code. It really duplicated code. What does it do? Duplicate code multiple times, expecting it to work, then run out of tokens. Perfect. So this is just not that good. So I would suggest either building yourself, fixing this kind of stuff yourself in some of the cases, or build successful. Nice. So it's gonna just say now it's all good. Great, the build succeeded. Now let me update the tags and create a walkthrough. So it finally seems to have fixed itself. But node activity was just basically broken. And I've seen this happening like 5 times already. It breaks the files, it runs out of the tokens, it stops working, you pick another model, then you just try to implement features, and then it breaks again and it exceeds the tokens amount of tokens available. That's always happening, and you never know when it's going to run out of tokens. Okay, so I've created a walkthrough, and the walkthrough actually shows what do we have right now. So UI components data, yeah, basically that's what was modified. Build fixes, yeah, no, duplicate code and package declarations. Mess. Okay, if we go back out of date, let's just refresh. Let's actually go here and then let's just sync project with Gradle files. We can also pick Gradle sync in progress. Should resync everything, and then we're gonna launch it. And we should have this new functionality to take a look at available URLs in our app. So that's how it should work. Oh gosh. Guys, this is just so interesting. Guys, if you're new to the stream, please press the like button. Consider subscribing. We're gonna be building maybe a bit more stuff today, just a few more things. So, and I hope it's not boring for you because we're actually performing some interesting fixes. We're basically going by this board, fixing available issues, and we already closed a few issues right there. And we are just keep going this one. Right now we are implementing this. Then we're probably going to go for the grid list view switch, at least the first implementation. Think about it and trying to implement all this stuff. So let's go back to Android Studio. So I keep switching between Antigravity and Android Studio because you need to launch stuff in Antigravity. Let's launch the app. Now we should launch it in emulator, and I hope it's going to compile because, well, who knows? There could be multiple issues there and there. Um, and if you're new, guys, please press the like button. I really appreciate that stuff. This is just the best signal for me that this kind of content is something that you like and expect, because Notes app is something that we build now, but we're gonna do some more stuff. Especially if you're interested in testing, we are going to implement tests for all that stuff as well. Okay, so it's there. So we have this URL right there. If we open this site menu, so we can press notes with URLs, and it shows the node with URL. Guys, and this is exactly what we wanted to implement. And it works. It works exactly the way I want. I can go back, and if I can also make it prettier by putting some stuff right there, like in sense of icons. But I feel like architectural things should be implemented first, and then we should think more about different stuff. So let's first push all that to GitHub repository. And guys, GitHub repository is again right there. If you're interested, just go take a look yourself. All commits are right there. I'm gonna clean it up. There's some things I need to clean up, but overall it already works, and you can just create it for yourself. You can clone it and build it for yourself. So like this. Okay, let's go back. Let's just git status. What do we have right now? This list of files again. Um, let's first of all let's go to git ignore. Not this one. Let's go to git ignore here, and let's add the log files. Let's just do txt here as well, because txt. Okay, right. So let's do git status now. As you can see, it also includes git ignore now. And let's do git add dot, and then git commit. So the feature that we did is implemented. We implemented the URL search activity. Search activity. Yeah. So, and then let's git push origin main. Done. Okie dokie. Let's update and let's see. So this commit, how exactly, how many things were actually changed there? Let's see. Implement URL search activity. So yeah, git ignore. Basically the query that checks for content. Oh, basically this is how it checks for the URLs, right? You see title like or content like HTTP. Okay, it checks for that kind of content. Then it basically implemented the UI, and UI is their drop down menu. On click show menu. Okay. Nice. And it implemented the presenter, and some stuff maybe simplified, maybe it's too much there. But as you can see, what I like about this is now understands all the context, and also as the URL nodes right there. So which means we have pushed everything, and let's go back to the issues tab, and let's mark this one as fixed, because we have now implemented the detecting URLs in nodes. Let's just mark this one as completed. Good. So it's there. Update nodes icon. This is something we're going to do later. Let's so right now, if I try to implement stuff in Antigravity, I feel like I'm gonna run out of the tokens completely. So I'm gonna use Codex. In Codex, we are going to basically ask, like, plan, provide, check, think about implementing the grid layout in nodes list activity. Toggle should be available in menu on the right to switch between list and grid views. List and grid views suggest the implementation plan and complexities. It could be easy, it could be not easy. Let's see. because I suggest using different tools for that. Well, you can also do that in Antigravity. You can ask for implementation plan, but yeah, so basically you have two conversation mode. The first one is planning, the second one is fast. So yeah, for simpler tasks we can use the fast conversation mode just to fix something. Maybe that's, but I prefer the Codex way of doing things, because in Codex I can actually create a PR for that easily and then merge the PR. So it depends, and I believe we can change the settings as well, just modify it. And I consider Antigravity is like a beta product, because for now it just like runs in the beta test for the most part, and yeah. But so far so good. What they provided us for free, it's also quite good. Either way, so it's okay. So implementation plan: add the view mode state list versus grid that flows nodes activity into nodes list screen. Expose a new menu item alongside existing overflow actions. A lazy column to a lazy vertical grid. So basically it suggests all the changes right there in the code. That's how it's going to implement this. Complexities: gesture compatibility. Swipe to dismiss currently wraps each list grow. Grid mode may need alternative affordances. Yeah, exactly. Because in the list, in the current list view, you can have all those swipes right to left, but in the grid view, it's gonna be harder to have this kind of stuff. State persistence: decide whether the persist chosen view model cross launches and using preferences similar to other. Yeah, layout responsiveness: choose grid layout. Grid account responsive screen with keep card spacing consistent with existing padding and rounded corners for visual continuity. Uh-huh. Well, let's start the task in a way. Let's see what it implements, and then we're gonna decide if we're going to merge that kind of stuff or not, because yeah, it might be interesting. So yeah, basically we have the ping functionality here. We implemented the ping like swipe to pin. Here we have the ping functionality in this menu bar as well. We need to think more about how to make it prettier, nicer, but I believe that we already actually getting there. And guys, also one of the features that I especially liked as a QA engineer, that it also shows if device is rooted, has emulation, all the stuff. It's also interesting to note that the app is using shared preferences by secured shared preferences for that. So basically, all the when it comes to passcode, it's actually encrypted. It's not that you can just go to the package and just expose it. No, it's actually encrypted. Um, Probably some database encryption should also happen. But so far so good. We are just basically making the app uh, more robust. And yeah, so this is actually checking how this section works. Like debug section is that it actually checks if device is rooted by checking if some specific files are available in the file system or not. Let's say super user or su basically checks for those paths, and if it can see those paths, okay, it means it's rooted. And emulator, again, it just checks for patterns. For example, the name of emulator. If it's emulator or SDK, it's just gonna say, okay, this is just some common pattern, so it's running on emulator. Magisk is also like specific logic for that as well. But yeah, so far it's like that. Guys who are watching, please press the like button. I really appreciate that. We just it's almost done, so it's probably the last task that we're gonna run today. It's writing code. Just see, but so far so good. We implemented quite a big amount, not big, but quite a uh, excessive amount of features in a couple of days. Uh, so yeah, as you can see, managing it through the GitHub is quite more interesting compared to what we have if we do it all that in like a Notes app or something like that. As you can see, how many commits are there already, like 19 commits, and how many prompts and how many failures, how many build failures already happens. That's just enormous amount of stuff. So it's almost hitting view mode. As you can see, in the sense of we have PRs for all that right now, for all these implementations that done through Codex. In the PRs, you can see pull requests. What actually it says one? No, so basically 4 closed. Those are the pull requests that we implemented through Codex. As you can see, it has Codex label. We also need to have a CI, and I have a couple of ideas what I want to do in a CI, like what kind of implementation there. So it could be really interesting to see. So committing changes. We're almost done. Let's just see what changes it proposes. Yeah, wow. Let's see. What exactly? Introduce a viewed mode state, nodes activity. So it's going to be track list versus grid and pass parameter to nodes list screen with the callback to toggle. In nodes list screen, add a new drop down menu bar and overflow menu, invoke toggle callbacks and show the current mode. Added persistent mode state to nodes activity and passed toggle callback nodes list screen. Nice. Enhanced nodes UI list UI with drop down and introduce new strings. So those are the strings, and this is the list view grid. Well, it should not show. Well, okay, list view grid. Nice. Anyway, so it's all correct. Yeah, and 3 files are modified. So this is the first nodes activity view mod state. It's going to be a mutable state of list, let's say, and then let's see how it's going to implement this actually. So basically, list, yeah, list or grid. So it's created enum, and it also added few imports, cells, vertical grid items. Okay, view mode, again, toggle view mode. So basically new function to toggle between different modes, list versus grid. This is just compose kind of stuff here. Not exactly. I mean, the logic is just some kind of spaghetti. I need to think through and implement some kind of stuff separately in the utils class. So again, nodes collection, composable, paddings. It should never show those paddings right, and it should all be in a separate class. Okay. Either way, this is just all improvements that we need to do later on. Swipes. Did it actually remove swipes? No, because when we need to care about the swipes logic. Let's see. Great, great, great. Okie dokie. And finally, the strings. Let's create a PR and let's merge that kind of stuff and see how it actually works. If it works. Okay, guys. Press the like button, please, if you like the content. And yeah, so far so good. We are doing some interesting stuff here. Okay. Okay, so now we need to go to pull request open. So this is the new pull request that we have. We are going to merge this and apply this and see how it works. So like that. Okay, merge. We're going to merge it to main and see. Done, done. So let's go back to here and let's say git pull origin main. Yeah, and we need to, yeah, let's just do that. Let's sync everything. Sync project with Gradle files. Let's do Gradle sync just in case. Guys, let me know in the chat if you have any questions so far. Just and seems like we are good. Let's just launch it. Run the build. We should be good. This material UI is experimental, likely to be changed or removed in the future. Swipe to dismiss. So it's saying about that. Opt-in. Let's opt in for this one. So basically, it's experimental and it says this might go and get removed. So let's just opt in. And let's see. As you can see, sometimes it's not a real build failure, but no passed, no value passed. Okay, so this is something in pinned notes screen. In pinned notes screen, uh, so let's see. Well, fix. Well, I don't really want the anti-gravity to fix that because it might break all over again. So let's just ask this codex to actually take a look there. Let's go back to codex and then let's say in pinned node screen, in pinned nodes screen, fix that. It says the problem is that no value passed for parameter is great. So this is the problem here. And let's just do it like this. Yeah, let's see how it fixes this kind of problem. Let's hope that it fixes. Okay, guys, I like that you're watching this video. I really appreciate that. So let's keep going here. So probably something simple actually. It just does not care that much about, yeah, basically pin screen has not been designed with the grid layout in mind. That's why it just confuses. We do not pass some of the values there. That's why uh, that's why it doesn't work. But seems like just only. Oh, it's not only in this screen. It's also in other. Uh, Basically other screens as well. Trash bin screen. Yeah, no screen. So it does not think about all those cases. So yeah. So ah. So that's what it does. Hmm. Aha. So this is the fix here. Basically, is grid false, and that's how it works. And just let's do it this way. So if we do it like this, pin node screen, node item. Aha. Got it. Basically, we just need to pass this additional value there. Cool. So now we need to do the same for the pinned node screen. Uh, let's just do it like this. So uh, so basically it was for pinned nodes images. Now nodes list screen. Nodes, node item. Now trash bin. What was that? Is grid equals false. Then so this one, that one, and that one. So this one I'm not sure what we need to change. Let's just try to rebuild it. So basically passing the values should be something we should take into consideration. Aha, build successful. Lovely, lovely. Okay. You see, guys, sometimes you just realize what's incorrect simply by understanding where breaks in one place, and then you realize, oh, okay, this what was the issue there. Um, Grid view. So the moment of truth is coming. Prepare to see the magic. Switch to grid view. Whoa, whoa, I like that. Whoa. Of course, swipes are not performed in this case, but take a look at that. It actually works. Guys, this is the magic. This is what I like about it. So grid view is there, and switching between those is kind of seamless if it's not stuck. And I believe it's stuck. I believe it's stuck. I believe it's stuck actually. What happens is that... Woof. Yeah, it basically ANR, application not responding. It's just stuck. It wow, it's stuck. Basically, it's just completely stuck. Close the program. The emulator is actually ran out of juice and it's stuck. Ah, that's not good. That's not good. Either way, guys, for this stream, I believe it was good enough. I believe it was, if it was interesting to you, please let me know. Press the like button once again, subscribe. We will be resolving more issues in the future. As you can see, developing using the AI tools is kind of fun, and that's exactly what I want you to feel. I want you to feel excited about this, not about thinking that, oh, we have so much competition, nobody's gonna care about our apps. No, people gonna care about apps if it actually solves their problems. That's it. It's really simple as that. So I'm going to debug this issue, clean up some code, and push the changes to GitHub for you, so you can see and observe for yourself. As you can see, well, let's actually try it out one more time. Let's just see how it works. It's not gonna fail. It's not gonna launch it. Now stop it. So we need first to run an emulator, and I've made a specific script for myself to be able to start an emulator. Of course, you can always go here. It has it actually started device right there. Either way, it started in this view. Sometimes I don't like it, but in this case it's fine. Just debug it. I've made a script basically for myself to quickly launch the devices. It's gonna just use emulator and AVD commands. So it's gonna start. As you can see, guys, emulator completely crashed because there was ANR. ANR means application not responding. Because when you toggle the list and grid view multiple times, it just gets stuck and crashes eventually. So the app right now looks like this. Starts it up. Okay, guys, please press the like button if you like it. I feel like we should be excited about the possibilities that AI gives us. As you can see, oh, completely crashed and wiped. So, by the way, we can toggle between the grid mode and list view. And I feel like that become really, really slow. It became really slow. So something might be off. So let's say test. It crashed and it also wiped the database, which is not something that we expect. Let's say, oh, it's actually, guys, it's just a different emulator. That's why I'm using this on Medium, my phone. So it's all preserved in a, don't worry, it's all preserved in a rooted emulator that I have basically just launched. Whatever emulator was visible to Android Studio. So grid view, if we press it like this, and maybe it's actually because I've used some experimental API, which it does not recommend using. Yeah, as you can see, it works, and I can open the node like this. And I can delete node from here. And once I deleted the node, I can go to trash bin. And in trash bin, I can think, as you can see, it does not open the node, but I can also just restore it or empty the trash. And we're gonna just empty the trash. So trash cleared. We're gonna go back, and that's how it behaves right now. Guys, thank you for watching. I believe that's enough for this stream. I hope it was interesting to you. So If you like it, please subscribe, press the like button, and see you soon. We're gonna keep developing this app. We're gonna keep pushing this to see how it behaves under the load, under different conditions. And again, as I said, we are going to essentially implement the issues that we have right here, which is actually not issues, but features. We're going to implement those, and yeah, so it's gonna be cleared. Again, thank you guys for watching. See you soon, and bye.